Hi, I'm John Jack Rogers, and I would like to welcome you to the Stella Adler Academy of Acting and Theater Los Angeles, which is right here on Hollywood Boulevard. Come on, I'll show you around. And we head up the grand staircase into the main lobby. This staircase leads directly from Hollywood Boulevard right up into our cocoon, our home. The Stella Adler moved into this beautiful building many years ago and restored it because it was built in 1928 and was in terrible disrepair. You'll see a photo of Stella Adler and her parents, Jacob and Sarah Adler. We honor their history and Stella's work in training actors, of course. We head up the staircase now into what is our main theater, the Stella Adler Theater. It's a 99-seat theater, and you'll see on the stage a working rehearsal set. That's not the final set, and the ladder is there to start hanging lights as we prepare for a production that is in rehearsal now and getting ready to open eventually in about 3 weeks. You can see how beautiful this theater is. Many critics in Los Angeles have called this the most beautiful 99-seat theater in Los Angeles. It's beautifully equipped, too. Lighting and sound. We also hold special events in here when we honor people. We recently honored Joanne Linville, who helped Stella Adler found this school with Irene Gilbert, both of them under the direction of Stella Adler, who moved here to Los Angeles for the last years of her life to really establish this school in the way she wanted it established. And we have held to that very strongly over the years. Now we head down the staircase into the hallway, and this is one of the smaller hallways that leads to Studio E. You'll notice a lot of photos on the walls around photos of Stella Adler's career and her family's career and different accommodations that she got. Now we're in Studio E. In this room, Technique 1 is taught by Laura Leva. Oftentimes on camera is held in here. Rick Peters teaches that class. Both of them studied with Stella. All of our core teachers studied with Stella Adler. That's important because you're getting it close to the horse's mouth, as they say. And all of our teachers are still very active in the industry. That's important too. So that you can see that this technique is not theory-based, it is actually usable to get work and then do the work. Now we head into the reception area. A lot of history of Stella, a lot of articles, and of a lot of her alumni. And a lot of her alumni help support this place so that we can still provide a great education as all of these people received in studying here at the school and or studying Stella Adler's technique. Now we move toward the administration office. That's where Wendy Taylor-Smith and Alex Aves work. You will meet them in the interviews if you do one. This is Studio A. In here, oftentimes audition skills, rehearsals are held, smaller classes, more intimate classes. And then we head back out into the long hallway. So here's Wendy Overend, if she wants to say hello. Wendy Overend is our administrative director and our treasurer on the board of directors. Again, you'll meet her when we do an interview, if you want to do an online interview. These are posters from some of the productions, just a very few of the productions we've done here. Beautiful posters for our productions. This is the student lounge and the faculty lounge. We all hang together and have our meals and have fun together and talk for breaks, but in between the intense work that we do in classes. And now we head into the Charlotte Larson Theater. This is our second theater of 3. This is a 70-seat theater, another beautiful theater and great to work in. There is no set on the stage right now because we just struck the set for The Maids, which was a student production amazingly directed by Yorgos Karamihos, an actor who is from Greece and works quite a lot in the industry. In fact, he's working right now. He's on a film shoot right now. Go out that door and see the ladies' dressing room and the men's dressing room for the Charlotte Larson Theater. Fortunately, the theaters have dedicated dressing rooms, so they never get overcrowded, although they get very active. And we continue on down this hallway, what we call the West Hallway, because this is on the west side of the building, into the movement room, which is dedicated to the Frank McHugh O'Donovan Foundation. They are a big help to us every year. Beautiful room, used for movement and voice class, musical voice class. And then we continue on down and move into, this is the backstage door to that theater that we just saw, the Charlotte Larson. That's for the actors. That's the actors' entrance for their entrances. This is Studio B. In here, mostly is taught Technique 2 and Character class, both of those classes taught by Tim McNeil. And you'll notice the Hamlet painted in bright red, blood red, on the wall. Recently, Tim McNeil wanted to direct a production of Hamlet, a very intimate production in the round in this room. If you can imagine, it was like being in Elsinore with Hamlet and all of the accomplices. It was an amazing production and very, very, very intimate. It really did feel like you were a fly on the wall in the castle watching everything unfold. And now we head back down the hallway into Studio C. This is our smallest of the 3 theaters. This is a 35-seat theater, but a beautiful little space for intimate productions. You know what they call kitchen sink productions. I don't know if people still use that term, but it's usually like a one-room play, a play that takes place in one room. And by the way, quite often people use these theater spaces and our other rooms for filming as well. Many of our students do film here, and we encourage them to use the space to make films as well. This room is home to scene study classes, and again, like I say, smaller productions. Now we continue back out past the prop room and the costume room. We have extensive costumes and props for students to use, into the back lounge. This is a quieter lounge than the previous one we saw. That one can get pretty rambunctious. This one is quieter. People come back here and read, sit quietly for a moment and meditate between classes. It's a nice little space. That punching bag is a prop from a play we did, but people can use it if they want to. This is our little scene storage area. Flats, which are put up to create walls for production, lots of paint, larger pieces of furniture that have to be stored in here. An old-time refrigerator, for example, we use quite often on sets. Now we enter the back hallway. This hallway was never torn out and redone as the other hallway was because, well, you'll see why in a minute. As we head down this hallway, which looks exactly like it did in 1928, we're going to pass December Ensminger's office. There's December. She is our International Student Advisor.
Hi, y'all. I can't wait to meet you.
December's awesome. She's great. She really cares a lot about the students. She finished here. She's a working actress, auditioning, and extraordinarily talented. We tend to keep it all in the family here. This is little Studio F. This room is mostly used for rehearsal space and sometimes for improv class. And now you'll see why we didn't tear out this hallway. This is a beautiful and original speakeasy. A speakeasy, in case you don't know, was a bar, a secret bar during the era of Prohibition. during the 30s in this country, in the United States, alcohol was made illegal by law. So secret bars popped up. You might have seen movies about secret alcohol being delivered and stored and delivered to secret bars like this. That bookcase over there swung open. That was the secret entrance. And the door we're using was used by the bartender to bring alcohol into here. And then that door was locked and made to look like a storage room in case the police ever came. And now we use it for receptions, and we spill out into this hallway with food and drink. We have a lot of fun, opening night parties, things of that nature. And now we continue. We're pretty much towards the end of the tour. It's a big circle. We're now right back where we started, sort of. This is the backstage area for the first theater we saw, the Stella Adler Theater. This hallway continues on down with dressing rooms, and then you can see here, get the door open, you can see where we are. We're back in that first theater from the other point of view. This is the actor's entrance to that theater, so this is what you would see when you make an entrance. And you can see there's a display here on the history of the building. We're very honored to be in this building with all of its great history. People like Clark Gable and Gloria Swanson drank in that speakeasy. Charlie Chaplin, they all roamed these halls back in the day. That's a picture of what the building looked like back in 1928. Come join the great history of this building and the great history of the Stella Adler Academy of Acting and Theater, Los Angeles. We would love to have you in our family. Thanks for taking the tour, and we'll see you soon.